is the man who is not your man. You want him to play a certain role. You want him to do certain things, except you guys have no mutual title. He's not your man, fiance, husband, partner, however you want to put it. He is not your man. And the reason I coined the term non-existent is because although he is there physically, he is not there emotionally, which makes him non-existent. So until he's your man, until you guys have a mutual title, then ladies, I'm sorry, it's just not your man yet.
You ready? You're getting ready to tune in to the Corey Love Show, where carefree conversations about life, business, what's trending, and more is taking place. And it's hosted by yours truly, your host, Corey Love.
Hello, my loves. It's your girl, Corissa McBurney, a.k.a. Corey Love of the Corey Love Show. We are live. Later tonight, we're going to be speaking with the crazy coach, Toni Douglas, author Toni Douglas, and we're going live from Facebook and Instagram, and she's going to be on both platforms. So make sure you click that arrow, share this out with your audience, and make sure they know to come on because she's going to be giving some tips for you single women and you women that are dating, men too. So make sure you tune in and share this out with your audience. So tonight, I'm not going to share our Bossing Up Boss because what I'm going to do now, we're going to have a Bossing Up Boss of the month instead of every week. So those of you that have been sharing, thank you so much. And it's going to seem like a long way out, but I will definitely be sharing up each Bossing Up Boss of the month. Tonight, I am rocking a quarter water t-shirt from the Bodega Union. If you're not following, make sure you follow the Bodega Union on Instagram. And without any 4 minutes late, and I'm trying to keep it moving, I am going to go ahead and pull Toni in here on Instagram, but she's already here live with us on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, thank you. And this is my first time going live on Facebook in a very, very long time. And I'm super duper excited because people have been getting on me, you're not going live on Facebook. So here I am, and I hope y'all are here too to show some love to our author, Toni Douglas, and your crazy coach. She's going to help y'all out tonight. All right, so Toni, I'm going to bring you right on in on Instagram. Did it work?
It worked.
Hey, it worked. Yes.
Hey.
So let me see. I gotta turn somebody down. One of them.
I think I might have to do the same. Let me do that.
Same, yeah.
Yeah.
So this reminds me of why I wasn't doing it on both platforms. So make sure you guys can hear us, and I hope we're not echoing.
There's a slight echo.
A little. First of all, go ahead and tell the people who you are.
Yes, so thanks for having me again, Miss Corey. But to everybody out there on Facebook and Instagram, it's Toni, your favorite blogger and only crazy coach. I am the author of Controlling Your Crazy While Dating Your Non-Existent Boyfriend.
Every time I hear that, I just crack up. So if you guys don't know, I've had Toni on the show before, and that's one of the reasons why I'm going live from both platforms, because we have to save this one. The last time it did not save. And when I tell you it was hot, it was hot. But that's all right. We're going to get it saved on one of these platforms for sure tonight, okay? So guys, on Facebook as well, make sure you share this. I think it's like called a watch party. So if you're live, if you're on Facebook, make sure you share the watch party so your audience can see this as well. And on Instagram, you already know what to do. Click that arrow and share this out with your audience. So, non-existent boyfriend. What does that mean? Because if he's my boyfriend, he's my boyfriend.
Okay, so let's get into it. First of all, I had to wear my shirt, okay?
Yes, of course. Tell them where they can find it.
You can find my shirt on controllingyourcrazy.com.
Okay, that's easy, y'all.
Yeah, so I'll start with my shameless plug. But the non-existent boyfriend, simply put, is the man who is not your man. You want him to play a certain role. You want him to do certain things, except you guys have no mutual title. He's not your man, fiance, husband, partner, however you want to put it. He is not your man. And the reason I coined the term non-existent is because although he is there physically, he is not there emotionally, which makes him non-existent. So until he's your man, until you guys have a mutual title, then ladies, I'm sorry, it's just not your man yet.
So you're telling me we're dating, we're doing the do, but he's not my boyfriend because he hasn't said like you want to be my girlfriend, you want to be my boyfriend. Is that what that means?
Absolutely. And a lot of times ladies ask, well, you know, once we're intimate, that's my man. Or once
my
we go on
man.
certain dates, that's my man. And here's the thing. Ladies are in control from day one. We control the narrative. There's nothing a man can do without us giving him our consent. So you sleeping with him, that's on you. You getting chicken dinners, that's on you. You know, you have to take responsibility in your role and understand that you have the control. And when you relinquish that control, then that's when you're left up in the air. You don't know where you guys are, and you're asking the dreaded question, what are we? And then it's just pushing him even further. So that's a whole other topic, which I hope we'll get into. But that's that on that.
I love that explanation. So you're saying I meet a guy, hey, we talking, but you haven't asked me to be your girlfriend. We done been on 7 dates, right? We done spent the night. We done dressed alike. But he haven't asked me to be his girlfriend. So I don't have the authority to say, well, he's my boyfriend. So he hasn't introduced me as such, and I haven't introduced him as such. So how long or when do you think he's my boyfriend?
Great question. And I get that all the time. And that's actually in my book. How long should should we be dating before, he's my boyfriend or before he asks for a commitment? There is no set timestamp on that, right? Because every situation is different. What I would say is, don't date someone and go so far in that you are left in limbo and you are left up in the air. You have to ask certain questions from day one, and you got to get those answers, because when you define those lines, trust me, you won't be on month 6 wondering, what are we? Because in week 1, you let him know what you were looking for. And if he didn't fit the bill, then it gave you room to date someone else, which you should be doing anyway, because I'm all for dating more than one person at a time. That's just me.
Ooh, we got to get to that.
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all remember to hold that thought. If you guys have any question, make sure you drop your questions. Now, if you're on Facebook, I'm going to have to pull up another app to make sure that I see your question. If you're on Instagram, y'all already know what to do. Drop your questions in the question box, or just drop your questions in the comment box. We're not ignoring your questions. We will definitely get to it. So you say we got to let them know from the jump. So day 2, okay, let's say we just met at the club or wherever we met at. It could have been brunch, it could have been church. We just met, and he said, let's have coffee. So that's considered our first date, right? So should I tell him then, listen, if you're not thinking about getting married or be my man, do I jump right in like that, or should I wait? Because I want him to know from start, we're not going to be hanging out if you don't have intentions later on.
Right. So that's also another good question. When should I bring it up? And if a guy is serious about dating, you shouldn't have to bring that up. A man who is serious about dating and finding a partner will ask those questions. Now, a man who just wants to have fun, have sex with a few women, he's not sure if he wants that commitment yet, he's not going to ask those questions. His questions are going to be, do you like lobster or steak? But a man who is serious about dating, he will ask those questions. He'll initiate it. So you won't have to feel like you're being too assertive.
Okay, so if he doesn't bring it up and we're now on day 4, I should run, right?
Well, I wouldn't say run. It's okay to take the initiative in that sense.
Okay.
If you see that maybe you've gotten to date number 4, he seems like a pretty nice guy. Things are going well. It's okay to say, well, we've been on date number 4, so I'm really interested in your dating intentions, not with me, but in general.
Okay, I like that. I like
that. The floor to be as honest as possible. And
Yeah.
more often than not, he's honest.
Okay. He'll tell you that, well, you know, I don't really want to be with nobody like
Yeah,
that right
you'll
now.
get a little stuttering. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
You know how it goes.
Yeah. It's been so long, but I've heard stories. I have a lot of single friends, and dating word like this hard for y'all. I've been hearing it. I don't know how y'all do it, but all the luck. Make sure if you haven't got the book, get her book, Controlling Your Crazy. The book is right there. Again, controllingyourcrazy.com. And she have a lot of answers in there that we may not have known otherwise, or we just making assumptions. Like she said, we just jump right in. Boy, you finna be with me or not? What's up? Like,
Right.
no, we don't go at
Right.
it. We gotta smooth it in, you know, rub it in. But you don't do it right after this day, you know. They gonna just tell you anything. All right.
Exactly.
So you said you're all for people dating more than one person. Now, why do you say that?
So here's the thing, and I say it all the time. I gotta give men credit. When men date, they are so selective. They date 2, 3 women at a time, and they will let you go if you're not what they're looking for. Unfortunately, women don't date with that approach. We meet a guy, and I've heard someone else say it in a book, it's like a tag thing, tag, you're it. And then all of a sudden, we hone in on that one guy. We don't call nobody else. We don't take other numbers. You know, if it's online dating, we stop looking at other profiles. It's like we shut down for that one candidate.
One guy.
Yeah. And listen, no guy is going to have everything you need. You know, we know that. But I highly encourage dating more than one person at a time, because you can weigh your options. You can see if you like him and you're not just lonely or desperate. Right?
Makes sense.
Oh yeah. And then I mean, let's keep it real. Who can deny getting offered dinner 3 times a week from 3 different people?
That's true. Listen, that'll save me a few days. Save me a few days from buying or cooking. So that makes a whole lot of sense, because now you so into this one guy and he don't drop you like a hot potato. Now you stuck because you were so into him.
Exactly.
So now you got to start all over again when you could have had Dick over there ready and Harry waiting.
Exactly.
And letting them know up front, look, Tom, Dick, Harry, y'all ain't the only one. I'm just letting y'all know I'm open, have my options open.
That's right. And even if you join an online dating platform, once you filter through what you're looking for, eHarmony doesn't give you one option. They give you 50. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that, because they are encouraging you to date multiple people. And it has nothing to do with sex. Zero to do with sex.
That's on you.
That is on you.
Yeah. Okay. So make sure y'all get that. We're doing a disclaimer here. She didn't tell you date 50 people and have sex with them to figure out who you want to be with.
Exactly.
Disclaimer. Make sure y'all get that. Okay. She's just saying leave your options open. What you do in the meantime is on you. All right. Again, we're speaking tonight with Toni Douglas, author Toni Douglas of the Controlling Your Crazy. She calls herself the Crazy Coach because she helps us to understand that our non-existent boyfriend is really non-existent, because he ain't claim you, so don't claim here, okay? So if you're not already following, make sure you follow Controlling Your Crazy. And when I tell you I'm married, but I look at her posts and they're so funny because they give me so many flashlights like that. Give me so many flashlights like this. You know, so make sure you follow, especially if you're single or dating, and grab that book so you can get all the tips. And listen, Toni was single, and now she's engaged. Okay, so y'all better know it worked.
It worked.
It worked. So if you don't have it, make sure you grab it.
That's right.
And so, how did you even come up with the Crazy Coach and Controlling Your Crazy? How did you come up with that?
So back in the early 2000s, one of my favorite television shows was What Not to Wear. So one day I was in a professional development workshop. It had to be like 2007. And I doodled on my paper what not to do while dating your non-existent boyfriend. So that title sat with me for like a year. And then I used to have this colleague who was crazy, okay? And one day I was home and I was like, she needs to control her crazy. And I'm like, that's it. Controlling her crazy while dating your non-existent boyfriend. So I had this title since about 2008.
Wow.
And I was just caring for it like a little egg. I protected it and I told everybody about this title and did nothing with it. So finally I put the pen to the pad, created this whole platform, and here we are.
Here it is. God, yep. Oh wow. That's a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that shows your dream never dies. Okay. Nope. She brought it to life. So make sure, even if you have an old composition book, a notebook, pull it out. Okay. Pull it out. All those things you're journaling. Now is the time to pull it out and bring it to life, because it is possible. She has a book. All right.
Yep. And let me add, the beauty in me waiting intentionally, of course, I learned more, because I honestly couldn't imagine knowing then what I know now about dating and how everything works and how to control our feelings and our emotions and our triggers. So that waiting period definitely wasn't in vain. I'm glad it was unintentional, and I wrote the book exactly when it was supposed to be written.
And that's key right there. Nothing. There's a saying that older people say, nothing ever comes before its time, or something to that effect. So that's what it is. It wasn't the time for you to do it then. Now is the time. And you know what? During COVID, your book was released after COVID, right?
No, during.
I mean, like, it was that June. Was it that June?
The book came out December of last year, 2020.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So okay, good. Because like people, they need it all now too, because a lot of people.
Yes, listen. Yes, this book is pandemic ready and post-pandemic ready. Okay, no matter what situation you're in, this book is it.
Listen, I know there's some people on y'all timeline, on your feed, that needs to hear this. Share this out, even if they don't catch it live. Make sure you share it so they can catch the replay. Follow her and grab the book, because I'm telling you, I have a lot of coworkers, former coworkers, and just associates that I know that are single, and the stories they tell me, they need this book. I can tell that they need it, because the things they're telling me, I'm like, girl, no, don't do that.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised, and I'm the queen of no judgment, right? But you will honestly be surprised at not only some of the things that women do, but some of the things that women think.
Yeah.
And at no fault of their own, they just believe that a man is supposed to say and do certain things after, they've made this very loose, vague connection. You would be very surprised.
Because men let me be careful with my words. I don't want to say men don't feel like we do, but they don't get attached as fast as we do. So in our mind, okay, we done been out a few times, so what's up? Like, it's supposed to be me alone. So I'm glad that you said that. And I'm just clarifying, I'm not saying men don't have feelings, it's just they don't attach as fast as we do. My opinion, Carissa's opinion, okay? I could be wrong,
And here's the deal. Even if a man met a woman and he really liked her and he felt like he had a connection and it's going really well, to your point, and of course, nothing is absolute. You have exceptions. But to your point, a man who is serious, he's not going to ruin it by jumping the gun, claiming this woman. If he's serious about being on the dating scene, he's going to nurture that thing and take time so he can feel her out and really see if they'll make a good match. A man who just wants sex, he'll tell you anything, right? Or a man who is just a rolling stone, he'll commit to you in a week. But we're talking about men who are serious about dating. And again, that's the difference between some men and some women. We do
Right.
like to get attached emotionally or mentally,
Mhm.
wait for the time.
We do. We do. I'm not even gonna lie. We do. At least I know I have been like that.
Right, right.
But so now I don't want to give away everything that's in her book because you know you gotta buy it. But I'm gonna ask just one more question, guys. If you have any questions, make sure you have drop your questions. Also, you that are viewing on Facebook, drop your questions. We're speaking with Toni Douglas. Toni Douglas is your crazy coach. Corissa, oh, you got viewers from Trinidad, girl, on here. So
Oh, okay.
Lana
That's
also
pretty
she does
massive.
she does blogging from Trinidad too about male. So you guys definitely should connect,
Oh,
Lana.
nice.
But she does hers on Facebook. So I'm speaking with Toni Douglas. She is the crazy coach, controlling your crazy. She's an author. So if you're not already following her, jump on Instagram, girl. You need to get on Instagram and follow her and make sure that you tune in when she goes live because she have different conversations with different people on her show. So I wanted to ask, and this will be my last question. I know y'all got questions. Drop your questions so that she can respond to them. If it's too much, we're gonna just send you the link to buy the book. Okay, I'm just keeping it real. Y'all see, it's not her, it's me. She's not saying it, I'm saying it. It's just real. Like I can't give you all the info, and you gotta buy it, right? So if I'm what was I gonna say? If I'm going to date someone, but I don't want to say, hey, I'm giving you a time limit. Well, I think you said it earlier. We don't want to give a time limit on how long we should date someone.
Yeah.
But what if I'm 42 and I know that I want to have a child and I just need you to know, boy, we eat them, we're gonna do it, and you just give me your stuff so I can make this baby, or we gonna be together.
Well, you need to find somebody that's on the same playing field as you. And let me tell you, I can assure you he's out there. A lot of women have this misconception, right? That there are no more men left out there. There are no good men. There are no men who still want to have kids after 40. Not true. I can bust that myth right now because if you talk to a lot of men, funnily enough, they'll say the same thing about women. There's no good women, women this, women that. Whatever you want, I encourage you to find and go after that thing, which is why a lot of people turn to online dating because they're able to pick and choose the guy who wants what they want. When we go out to a bar or the grocery store, we don't get the opportunity to kind of filter the man that we meet, in aisle number 2. However, you should still, I would still encourage you to find someone who wants exactly what you want. Because I'll tell you this, Corey, when I met my fiance, who was then just some guy I met at a bar, we literally had the same intentions, the same goal, and the same lifestyle. We wanted to be married. Neither of us had children. I was shocked because he's a little older than me, but he was out there. And there were a lot more men just like him. It was just a matter of me meeting them and finding the one that I was compatible with the most. So
she said, I
don't
like.
think you can't have that baby at 40 and get married and feel like you got to rush and settle. That guy who's your match is out there.
So you definitely can do that. I hope y'all are catching it also on Facebook. Thank you so much for tuning in. We got other teachers on here as well. Listen, we're just talking about dating and the single life, how it is now. She says, I like younger men. Is that bad?
Okay.
How much younger?
That's a great question because I talked about that on another live. Can I ask that person? It looks like MLJ.
Right.
How old are you? And then I'm going to answer that question.
And while she's typing that in, essentially your CBD spot said, I'm waiting on my match. But are you looking? How do you find him? Y'all click that arrow and share this out. If you're on Instagram, Facebook, make sure you share this as a watch story. I don't know how that goes.
I'm so glad you said that, Corey. Are you looking? And this is not for, that person who said I'm looking for my match, but a lot of women think that their potential match is going to show up with a FedEx box and knock on their door. And I'm
run.
going to tell
You
you,
run if you do that.
yes, that ain't where it's at. You have to get out. You have to get out. Out can mean so many things. Walks in the park, ice cream on the beach, a bar, a networking event, an adult party for professional singles, whatever it is, you have to get out. Your dream guy will not knock on your door, meaning he's not just going to be handed to you. He has to find you. And in order to be found, you got to be out. So somebody's special delivery. Right. So,
Remy, give me 1 second, Remy. On Facebook, Lana says your match is out there, but women need to know themselves and what they want. So she's waiting on her match. Remy thinks she's older than the guy. She's 36, he's 21. Okay, that's a what, 15-year difference?
Yes.
What's your opinion? I'll give mine. Mine is, to me, age doesn't matter. It depends on maturity. That's my opinion. But I'm gonna let the crazy coach let you answer that. She's answering it now.
I would encourage women to avoid dating a younger man, and I would say by younger I mean more than 3 years. And here's why. What makes a man mature is his responsibilities. Okay? So let's start there. He pays his bills on time. He has great time management. He's punctual. He probably takes care of his kids. He's great on his job. So maturity is aligned to your responsibilities. So I do agree that age is not tied to maturity. Responsibilities are. So he could be mature in that he takes care of his responsibilities in his personal life. The reason I like to tell women, try not to date a man younger than you, more than 3 years. For many men, and again, I'm a stickler on saying nothing is absolute. You do have exceptions. But for many men, they're still in the exploration stage of dating. All here and all there. Okay? And you get where I'm pointing. A man under 30 has not even remotely, and to learn himself, explore his options, and learn women. Your 20s are so pivotal because you're still growing. You're still growing. Your frontal lobe doesn't even fully develop until you're 21 in your brain, let alone to take on, a beautiful, experienced 36-year-old woman. That's heavy. That's heavy.
So she said, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so that's my opinion. That's the shortened version. I wouldn't go beyond 3 or more years. Do you have exceptions? Absolutely. However, understand that men love options. That's why men like to climb up the corporate ladder. That's why men are competitive and they love sports and they want to go for this team and they want that car and this is that's just in their nature. And the same thing applies in dating. And a guy in his 20s, a guy in his very early 30s, they're just still exploring.
They're still exploring. So Lana says mentally mature men do not come under 40. That's her opinion, right? So we're not. So she agrees with you.
I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it. But thank you. So now I'm gonna say it.
Right. So she
Under
says,
40?
Remy says, I'm in love. She's 36, he's 21, she's in love. She moved them in, so that's out the box for her because she's already done it. But remember, she said it's not in all cases. So prayerfully, Remy, it's not in your case. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But Lana also said earlier, lay down the law. Tell them, bruh, listen, I know you're 21, I'm 36. I'm just giving y'all my opinion. Let them know what your expectations are. And in essence, he should know anyway because you're older. So he should know what an older woman wants. But one thing I can say to you, sweetheart, don't dummy yourself down at his age level. Like, let him, remain up there. She said, okay, wipes her head.
Yeah, because one celebrity couple that we know and love is Gabrielle Union and Dwyane Wade. I believe they're 11 years apart.
Right.
Now, here's what makes their situation a little different. When they got together, Dwyane Wade was already in his 30s.
Mm-hmm.
So he had already been married. He had already had kids. He had already gone down that road. So he was coming with a ton of experience, right? And age on his side. So it didn't make it so bad. But again, there are exceptions. But if you were to ask me, no more than a 3-year gap if you're going to go younger.
Right. Okay. So a 3-year gap. Now, she said he has no kids, which is a plus. That's a good thing. Now, my question to you, Remy, is do you have children? And we're not attacking you. You just an example tonight, love. But good question. And those of you that have questions as well on Facebook and Instagram, make sure you drop your questions. Like I said earlier, we're not going to go too much into details because she does have a book with a lot of this information in it. If you visit controllingyourcrazy.com, you can definitely purchase it. She has mugs and t-shirts. So if you're single and you're dating, you wear that and you go out, hey, that might be a quick plug. Listen.
Listen, I always get stopped when I wear this t-shirt. Like, non-existent boyfriend, so it's a conversation starter, and it's sure to bring the men to the yard. Because when they see this, they start chuckling, and it's a conversation right there.
Yeah. She said she has 3. Her oldest is 19. Her youngest is 12. And okay, she said yes, ma'am. I think it's I don't know what the question was for that, but yeah. So okay, but you already moved them in, girl, so you gotta make it work, make it work. Lay down the law. And back to that, the person that said, I'm waiting on my match. I think it was it said Portia. Yeah, don't get me if I'm calling y'all names, but I know y'all by y'all names. So I know Coco said it and Portia said it. She's waiting for her match. Lana said, you got to go out. You got to look. And Toni also said it. How are you going to find him? What are you doing? What are you not doing?
Exactly.
Online ain't always it.
That's right. That's right. All of us can attest to, think about the job that you have, your current job or career. No one knocked on your door and gave you that job and presented you with that job offer. You went online and you hunted. Maybe you went in person and filled out an application, but you went out. You were seen, right? Therefore, you were picked up. So the same concept applies to dating. Get out, have fun. That can be solo. That can be with your girls. But you gotta get out if you want to meet someone. It starts there.
And you can hang out with your guy friends so you can hear on the feet. That's the best thing.
Yes.
Do you all have any questions for her? Any question? Drop your question. That was a very good question, Remy. Thank you for asking that. Thank you, Coco and Portia, for sharing your thoughts as well. And if you guys have any other questions, make sure you drop it on Facebook and Instagram. I am streaming from both because if you were on the other show that I had with her, we lost the live. By the time I cut off, I got off, it deleted, and I was crying. So I'm like, we're gonna get it saved some which way or the other tonight.
Exactly. And if I could add, Corey, I do offer private coaching sessions.
Uh,
So
good.
if you go to my Instagram page, there's a little button that says book now, or you can go to my site, controllingyourcrazy.com. So I do offer private coaching sessions because everybody's situation is different.
Right.
And I don't give cookie cutter responses to every single woman, right? It's tailored advice for your situation. So check that out on controllingyourcrazy.com or on my Instagram page at controllingyourcrazy.
And I'm typing that in here as well. Controllingyourcrazy.com. Lana asked, would you encourage women to date in the workplace?
No. No, that's my short answer. And here's why. I'll give my short extended response. For one, it leaves no room for you and your potential partner to grow, to get to know each other, to breathe, to have separation, because we work together. Now we go home, we're together. Then on the weekends, we're together. And
even be mad at them.
Yeah, then it kind of takes away from the privacy that we all deserve. So now, my lunch break, God forbid, I want to eat a sandwich and watch something on my laptop. You're calling me and you want me to come to your office, and it's just a lot. So I wouldn't encourage dating someone at the workplace. And then there's so many people there who can meddle in your business, right? Throw opinions, maybe tell you something about your partner before you got to the workplace. So no, I wouldn't encourage it.
I agree. I definitely agree. I need a breather. Listen, I gotta be in the house with you, go to work with you. No, I've seen people do it, but you don't know what goes on in the household. But they look cute at work. But
right,
yeah, that would have worked for me.
Yeah.
Lana says, I love this woman. Tyra says, thank you so much. I love you too, girl. So she says correct. And she said, Remy, you just getting attacked tonight. She said they work together. That's how she started. Poor Remy.
Let me say this. I did date someone that I met at work. And we were in a relationship for a number of years. And honestly, because we were in two different departments and our schedules, were a little different, we didn't really see each other at work, believe it or not. It wasn't maybe like after school or that sort of thing. And it goes back to my exception rule. But if I were to do it all over again, I would not date someone in the workplace. I just wouldn't. And then God forbid that person becomes your superior. Now you're dealing with what do you call it?
You trying to come late. You be like, babe, I just gave you some last night. Can I come in late? I need 2 days off. And he mad because he gotta be serious.
Exactly. Conflict of interest. That's what I was trying to think of.
Conflict, yeah. Conflict of interest. So guys, don't forget to drop your questions on Facebook. I can see the people that are responding, that are typing, but if you're on, I don't know who you are unless you type something. Coco asks, is it wrong? And I see your question. I'll get right back to it, Lana. Coco asks, is it wrong to be attracted to older men when dating?
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Now, are we talking 86 or are we talking 60? How old are we talking? But no, you
gotta get Viagra or no.
Right.
I'm just keeping it real, y'all.
You can be attracted to anyone you desire. But keep in mind what comes with that. So just like we talked about younger guys, older men, you just got to consider what comes with that. A lot of older men don't want kids. Why? Because they're probably done raising their kids. They're probably a grandfather. I've heard that before.
Good one.
They're probably close to retiring. Okay, and that doesn't mean they have to be 65. Some men are retiring in their 50s or at 60. So they may just want someone who's just going to be pretty, cook, keep the house neat, go out and be a good life partner. And if that's
this first wife done did all of that, so he's used to that, y'all.
And if that's not what you want, you're trying to have some babies.
He ain't the one.
You're trying to, have this mommy life. It ain't gonna work. So can you be attracted to an older guy? Absolutely. But just keep in mind what comes with that.
Some of them be real dapper now. Y'all see them at church. Them
some of them are dapper.
Like I don't know. So that was a good question. And guys, again, we're just gonna hit this disclaimer. These are all our opinions, okay? So make sure when you get in it, she's just giving you a little, this is a little free coaching. We're not gonna answer every single question, but these are opinions that are not views of, that commercial thing, how they say, views of the
right.
whatever that, okay? Y'all know what I'm talking about.
I have a little sign that I made, and on there it says, I'm a dating coach, I'm not Jesus.
Amen.
So, I'm going to give you some good advice, but it's not coming from the Bible. So
she says, I was 26 and dating a 60-year-old man. He was good to me. So I don't know who kids are up, so we're going to keep this G-rated because I wanted to. But we're going to leave that alone. I hope he was really good for you. All right? So she said, what do y'all think about women building men? Ooh.
Did you say building?
What is it? Build a man workshop? So we have our viewers on Facebook as well.
Building in what way? Is it okay to help a man build his credit? Sure. Okay. Is it okay to help a man build his resume because maybe he had a rough patch in his career? Sure. Okay. But build him in what way?
Okay.
That's the question I would ask.
So in what way, Lana? And then couples going into business together. She says she's 36 and her man is 59. And it's the most refreshing relationship she's ever had. Now that's great. That is really, really good.
That's actually not bad because a 59-year-old man should be very mature in the relationship sense. And a 36-year-old woman is actually probably there already.
Been there, done that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad combo.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. So she said, what about couples going into business together?
That's situational. To each his own.
Yeah.
My whole focus is making sure that the woman can control her emotions while dating, right? Keep it all together, control her triggers, and understand her emotional intelligence and her power from day one. Working with or building a business with your partner, that's situational. So each his own on that one.
Okay. And our final question tonight, and then we're going to go to our scenarios. What's the craziest thing you've done? Me or her? We ain't going to answer that. I ain't going to answer that on live. Joyce, you might have to do a call with that, honey. She said, both. I ain't never done nothing crazy. I ain't never did those, bleach the clothes. I see and slash the top. I see people do that. I've never done it. And I don't put, while dating, I don't put clothes in the bag. You got to go. But I ain't never did all that other crazy stuff. That's about the craziest I've done.
Okay. Well, that is a great question because I get asked that question all the time. Have you ever done anything crazy? What's the craziest thing you've ever done? It's in my book. So I had one crazy moment that I am unashamed to talk about, but it's in there. It's in there. And
So
the
do
book,
you encourage married women to purchase the book? Because we might start getting some ideas.
absolutely, because even though married women are already settled and they're in relationships, it's kind of a good way to see how they functioned prior to getting married.
Right.
Okay. And some of the nuggets in the book can even be applied to your current situation, the relationship that you're in. Because let's be honest, our emotions don't go anywhere.
Right.
Neither do our triggers, neither does our intuition or our emotional intelligence. So, absolutely, even if you're in a relationship, you can apply some of these things to your current situation.
And the reason why I ask that is because a lot of men say as soon as they get married to a woman, the woman think, oh, they run stuff or everything changes. So that's a good. I ask that so that even if you are married, you can still purchase the book so that you can see what you shouldn't be doing because you're married. So you still gotta
Exactly.
humble yourself. So
That's right.
that's one of the reasons why I want. She said, look, I've stalked. I've invited his outside girlfriend over to our home. Use his phone while he slept. Yeah, you crazy.
And
Oh my
listen,
God, that is
it's
so
real
funny.
out
She said,
there.
I've done some pretty stuff.
It's real out there. A lot of
Yeah.
women have these real stories. And the reason why I encourage my book and my platform so much is at the end of the day, what all those things do, Corey, is drain us emotionally.
Yeah.
And it sucks away at our emotional energy. Because for a lot of us, we've been doing it since we were 18.
Yeah.
Now we're 40 or 36 or 38, and we're still doing it.
Yeah.
So it sucks at our emotional energy. It builds, walls in our heart. It's just a lot. So that is why we gotta refrain and pull away from doing those things that we thought were okay or we thought would give us the answers. It's sucking away at you.
Right. Yeah. It comes to a point where you gotta stop. Like I was talking to one of my nieces the other day, and she was, telling me some things. I'm like, so how long are you gonna, continue doing that? Like, if you 30, to me, I say after 28, you should like all that should be out. Whatever, my opinion. I know when I was 27, about 26, 27 is when I really just cut a lot of worrying about where you going, when you going, how you going, when you come. All of that was over for me at that age. I'm like, you know what, whatever.
Yeah.
In my opinion, you're gonna do what you want to do regardless. So
absolutely,
as long as it doesn't harm me or anything like that, you always pray like, okay, well, I hope whatever. But like Lana said earlier, set your boundaries. Let them know from the jump.
Exactly. And I was gonna say that when you draw those defined lines, and you make things clear very early, you almost always avoid the crazy stuff later because it won't even get to that point.
Because you've already,
you won't even get to that point.
One time.
Exactly.
One time. My husband said to me, all that negative don't make no type of sense. And I was like, I was young, whatever, I don't care. He's still going at it, but it didn't make sense, She said, you remember doing all those crazy stuff, and it does take a toll on your body. So she said she never wants to be that person again. And that's a good thing. You've made up in your mind. Yeah. And you have an older man, he don't want that. He's not gonna tolerate that for sure. I'm
absolutely
sure
not. No.
But guys, again, we're speaking with Toni Douglas, aka your crazy coach. Well, it's not your crazy coach, crazy coach. If you're not following her, make sure you follow her on Instagram at Controlling Your Crazy. And also go to her website, Controlling Your Crazy. Grab that non-existent boyfriend shirt and start that dialogue when you're out. So once they see it, they'll walk up to you. What does that mean? What's up? Boy, I'm looking for a man. Like, whatever y'all do, however y'all do it. That's just my opinion. But we're gonna jump right into our scenarios at the end of every show. I do scenarios, would you rather, or first thing first. So we're gonna do scenarios. If you've been viewing my show, you know that my daughters create them. I don't see them until right before the show. And so I'm like reading it and glimpsing and making sure it's okay. So I'm gonna just jump right into that. 2 of your students have the same little friend because what is BKA?
Best known as
love interest. And you know about this because he has you for 2 periods. What do you do?
Well, that's tricky because I've taught for many years high school students, to be exact, and
Okay.
I see what the little 18-year-old boys do, and I don't get in it. I don't meddle in it. I let the kids be kids. Now, I
Yeah.
have had young girls come to me for advice, and I do respect, the younger generation because they're sexually active.
Yeah.
Some of them are really getting pregnant, and some of them are really investing in relationships at a very young age. So I respect them coming to me, and I respect their predicaments.
Yeah.
I always lend good big sister advice.
Yeah.
I don't meddle in it.
That's good. That's good. Because they're going to say, Miss Douglas said, boy.
Exactly.
I know. You know how teachers we do. You can go to the counselor.
Correct. I am here for work.
So Morgan Rose Candle says, as long as my needs are being met, I ain't worried about the other toxic mess. Right. I agree.
That's right.
Scenario number 2. Someone's accepting and doing all that your relationship course or book has instructed them to do, but their relationship fails. They hold you accountable. What do you do?
So earlier I was, I joked around and said, I'm a dating coach. I'm not Jesus. Here's the thing.
Right.
With my coaching, with my book, all right, there are going to be some gray areas. However, you have to make sure that whatever advice you're given by me or whatever you're reading in the book, it has to be followed to a T. What a lot of us like to do as humans, not even as women, is put a little extra spice on it, add our own thing, or say something a little extra, or do something a little extra because, Toni doesn't know, or, I just have to have him answer this, and then it won't work. So when you're getting coaching advice, no different than professional counseling,
right,
you have to follow that thing or that method to the T in order for it to work.
Okay.
Simply put, and the book is more of a it's a guide.
Okay.
The guide.
Okay.
Okay. Kind of like working out. You buy an exercise book, you don't lose 50 pounds. Well, you got to go back. Did I do everything that the book said?
Right.
Right.
And I'm laughing because that's what I was thinking. Like, okay, you walk every day, you walk 3 miles every day, but from the walk, you come home and you have ice cream. So the walk isn't gonna work. So you gotta follow the roots, follow what it says, do it. You can't change it around to suit you.
Correct.
All right.
Correct.
And like she said, she's not Jesus. There's a disclaimer in the book. So at the end of the day, you gotta make sure you do what works for you. But just try to follow the guide. That's it. That's all it is. It's a guide. Okay? She's not the Lord. She said it, and I'm saying it again. So again, tonight we are speaking with Toni Douglas, crazy coach. She helps you understand that boy ain't yours. What that song by Brandy and Monica?
Oh, the boy is mine.
The boy is mine. But he ain't really none of yours or mine. So make sure you grab the book, grab the shirt. I feel like that shirt is a good catcher, y'all. And then you wear the shirt after you read the book. Y'all gonna be in there like Freddie. Listen, make sure you do that. All right. And if you're not already following, are you on Facebook?
I am on Facebook at Controlling Your Crazy.
It's same thing on Facebook, Controlling Your Crazy. So follow her on Facebook. Lana, I can see you guys doing something because you do your talk all the time as well.
Yeah, you gotta give me her information.
I will. Make sure you connect. I'm gonna give you hers and vice versa. And thank you all so much for tuning in. As always, I always tell you the Corey Love Show would not be here without you. So thank you, those of you that shared it out, brought in your single friends. I see a couple of my single friends jumped on. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. And if you didn't catch the entire show, make sure you catch a replay. Drop a comment. Let her know that you saw it and you enjoyed it, and you're gonna take a few of the tips and run with it, okay?
Yes.
Take a few of the tips and run with it, okay? As always, this your girl, Corey Love. This is Toni Douglas, Crazy Coach at Controlling Your Crazy. I am Corissa, Corey Love, Ladybug, whatever you want to call me. And we are always here on Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I will see y'all again next week. Guidance, blessings, and love. Thank you so much, Toni. You're welcome.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night.